Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? So, there's often a debate about intelligence and what true intelligence entails. Yet, there are two major forms of intelligence that have been used to judge how well or how smart a person is. And those two things are IQ and EQ. Now, while there are other forms of quotient that are used to measure intelligence, these two are very important. Now, IQ, which has to do with intellectual quotient, is the one that has to do with your ability to reason, your thought process, your ability to solve problems, your ability to bring solutions to problems, especially when it has to do with scientific issues that have to do with mind-blowing things that cannot easily be done, but yet you can use your brain to rack them up. There's another one called emotional quotient, right? This one has to do with your ability to be in control of your emotions, and that has to do with even working with people, communicating with people. Your social skills come under this, which is very critical. And where somebody has an IQ that is incredibly high, I mean, the person's thought process is out of this world, can solve problems, probably has a 5.0 CGPA in the university calculation, yet his EQ, his social skills, his emotional ability is on the low. You find that there's an imbalance. Whereas where somebody has high EQ, ability to communicate to other people, ability to relate properly with people, and then not so much of a high IQ, you find that that person tends to have a better life. Which brings to bear the importance of having both of these forms of emotion of quotient. As I said, there are more than two of them, but these two are the major forms because they are the ones that really summarize the entirety of an individual life. So I have two nephews. One of them I've noticed has very high IQ. He's very smart. The other one is not so intelligent, but he's really intelligent when it comes to social ability. Now, if I do something that the first one does not like, the one that has high IQ doesn't like, you find that with all his intelligence, most of the time he will get very angry with me and can even keep a grudge with me when next he sees me. Whereas the one that is with high EQ, he seems to be a little bit more emotional. He cries a little bit more, not so intelligent like the other one. Yet, if he comes to the house anytime, maybe I did something wrong to him the last time, and he comes the next time, he will just behave as though there was no issue. He will just relate with me like someone that is relating with a mature person. Like, I didn't take that personally. You get what I'm saying? Whereas the first one with high IQ would take it personally. So it just brings to bear the fact that I think these children develop their IQs or IQ and EQ from when they are little, and it's not something that you necessarily have to. Yes, environment plays a part, but I think it's inbuilt. It's just natural, which is very interesting because there's a quote that I heard some time ago that says the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits, and it's quite amusing because no matter how much you try, you cannot get beyond a certain IQ level, and no matter how much you try, you cannot get beyond a certain EQ level, which brings a balance to us as humans, right? Because we love to brag about how intelligent we are or have high IQ, but can we talk much about your EQ? Are you emotionally strong? Are you emotionally rounded? Can you communicate with people? Can you resolve problems? Can you break down conflict appropriately without folding, without going to hide in your nest? These are the very important things that we also need to consider. And I think, yes, both of them bring a balance to the human being, human construct. So I want you to think about this again and decide if you need to strengthen in one of the areas, because believe it or not, a person with higher EQ has a chance of survival or excelling in life over a person with a higher IQ. I'm telling you the truth. Even when it comes to excitement, joy, because their emotions are under control, whereas the one with the high IQ and low EQ, most of the time, does not thrive because regardless of the intelligence, he doesn't know how to master his emotions, doesn't know how to communicate with his surroundings, and so there's a problem there. I hope you've learned something from this today. Enjoy the rest of your day.